Tuesday tea at 2. It is season 3. It is episode 7, one of my favorite numbers. I am on YouTube right here, and I am on IG, on the Instagram right here. A few minutes late. I was actually having a really awesome conversation with my dad and lost track of time. But I'm here, and luckily I prepared some of the very, very important notes that I have to share with y'all in regards to this as above, so below energies. You hear some ocean waves in the background. I don't know if you can hear the ocean waves. Let's see if we can hear the ocean waves. But I've got some ocean waves playing in the background because we are welcoming Pisces season. We are on the cusp energy of Aquarius moving into Pisces officially today. So we've got this transitionary energy of water in regards to Aquarius being the water bearer, and leading into Pisces being naturally all about the water. So we are in an alignment of catharsis, of completion, of creativity, of closure, of cleansing. So there's a lot that is so in alignment with this cusp energy, and now leading us into Pisces season. Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac, so it is very much culmination energy, completion energy, ending energy, number 9 year that we are in as well for this 2025 year. So it's a very, very powerful month to align with the things that we want to close out to lead into the new year, the official new year, being Aries season, being spring, vernal equinox on March 21st. So this month in particular, the rest of this month in particular, leading into before March 21st, is basically the things that we do at the general end of the year before January 1st, when we clean our space and we declutter, we give things away, we end certain dynamics in relationships and experiences, and really clear out certain emotions, all of the things internally and externally that we ultimately don't want to carry over into the new year. It is a very, very powerful time to do that. This is about the internal waters for us to really be able to tap into the energy that is water within us, what we are composed of, which is a majority of water. It is in our systems, in our blood, in the air that we breathe. It's in all of it. So when we think about ways to align, to get more clarity through this particular time, especially Pisces season, is to speak to the water in your body, is to speak to the water when you're drinking it, in your tea, when you're in the shower, in the bath, and just align as much as you can, particularly again through this Pisces season. So other things, but again, cusp energy is very much about transition. It's about that in between. It's about a limbo kind of thing, right? So when you're in that energy, you might not always know what to do. And I always say, if you don't know, the answer is no. And that means to kind of just be still, and that indecision is a decision, and you don't always have to decide if you're not sure. Take that moment to just be still. This is really, really a powerful time to do that, to get the clarity that you need. Tapping into Pisces season is really much about your creativity, about your intuition, about spirituality, paying attention to your dreams, journaling, all of the things that you can do that is very Pisces aligned. We also have our North Node in Pisces right now for the next 18 months. So that is very, very powerful when we're tapping into the conjunction of Pisces Sun now being in Pisces for Pisces season, aligning with our North Node, because it's about finding your true north. And when you need some clarity on your true north, tapping in those creative ways, in those intuitive ways, are going to be really, really powerful for you to be able to align. And again, that release to increase. Very, very powerful in terms of the time to decide who it is that you see, what you want to be. Ultimately, it's already there, but sometimes there's just that confusion. And when you need to have that sense of clarity so that you can choose what needs to be discarded, what dynamics, what relationships, what thought processes, whatever it is to discard, to complete, to end that loop cycle of things that you've just kept doing over and over again, that definition of insanity, right? Of doing the same thing, expecting different results. Ultimately, there's going to be a lot that's also feeling like it's being taken away from you during this Pisces season, but it is all for you. So as much as it's going to be feeling like things are being taken from you, it is for you. So just align in that way and understand that whether it's things, whether it's people, whether it's environments, if it goes, let it. If they go, let them. Be in that vibration ultimately, that whatever it is that is meant for you, is on the other side of that door, ultimately, is going to be on the end of whatever it is that you're deciding that you're going to close out. So don't be afraid of the change and of the transition and all of this. Again, cusp energy, the catharsis, what needs to be washed away. Tap into Yemoya. If you align with the Orisha, tap into Oshun, any goddess of the water. So again, just to help you clear, and closure is so important. And sometimes we wait on other people to give us closure, to give us some type of explanation of either why they ghosted or why they treated you a certain way or whatever it is. You're not always going to get that. So if you're waiting on somebody to give you that sense of closure, then you're actually bogging yourself down even more. So it's a really powerful time, especially to find that closure for yourself, to find the answers for yourself, or to just kind of eliminate certain questions that you don't necessarily need the answers for anymore, and just choosing to move forward and understanding and understanding and embracing and accepting that some things need to end and some things need to die in order for us to bring in the new and make that be okay, you know? So I see Mark. What's up, Mark? Thank you for joining. I see my sister. Hello, sister. Tony Taylor. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining the live. It is Pisces season, so I was just doing a whole blah, blah, blah about Pisces season, about the cusp energy of Aquarius into Pisces, very much focused on the water and catharsis and the cleansing and the closure and the completion energy, culmination energy of this tapping in, even more so in regards to a 9-year being about endings. Very, very powerful. So use this time between now and our real true new year, vernal equinox, spring equinox, March 21st, to clear out, to cleanse out, to just tap into catharsis and completion and closure, and find it and choose it for yourself because you said so. Sometimes it's that simple. I'm over it because I said so. Feel it to heal it because I said so. Face it to replace it because I said so. You know what I'm saying? You have the power, and don't wait on somebody else, because every time you do that, you're literally relinquishing your power. And if it is that easy to give up your power, it should be that much easier to take it back, because it was always yours. You know what I'm saying? Like, you couldn't ultimately really give it up if it's yours anyway. So it's just really deciding, yeah, no, we're not doing it that way anymore. And just really coming into an energy of knowing your value, of knowing your worth, of not settling, of being able to speak your mind, right? And if you feel like you have to convince someone of how you feel, that person isn't necessarily for you, because then you can be in this loop energy of just trying to get somebody to hear you, to see you, to, you know, put some type of value on yourself, when ultimately you just have to decide for yourself what your value is. And if they don't see it, that's where you have to figure out, why are you there? You know what I'm saying? If there's a question of your value from anybody, you have to question why you are allowing yourself to have that reflection, you know? So what else? Wash away what you cannot take with you. Spirit has been telling me that for a few days now. I've been very, very high focused on self-care this particular weekend. I had an amazing opening for a group show at Billie Holiday Theater on the 13th. It was so incredible. I got to sing Strange Fruit in the Billie Holiday Theater. I got to sing Real Rage, one of my original songs with Red Sahara, and have my piece. Like, I literally was singing right next to my piece, and it was just super surreal because it was monumental. Like, it was literally milestone type of situation, and it happened, you know? So through it, it was a lot of work and a lot of emotional effort and endeavor as well. When you don't realize sometimes when a milestone or something that you've worked so hard for happens, there's this kind of like, oh my God, that totally just happened. And you have to sit with it for a minute. And that requires some level of self-healing and self-care too. You know what I mean? We just look at the good, but we don't realize the not to say the toll in some ways, but it is very overwhelming sometimes. And you need to stop for a minute. So I stopped this weekend, you know what I mean? I stopped this weekend and just like really took it in and just aligned and just gave thanks, so much gratitude. And it was powerful. It was really, really powerful. But all of that to say, it also augments your energy when you do something and you aim for something and then it happens and you're like, yo, I did that. That happened. It brings your valuation up, and nobody should have the power to take that down. like they can't take away what you did, right? It's like getting a diploma. It's like they can't take away your 4-year degree. Like they cannot. No matter if they tell you you're not an expert, no matter if they tell you I don't agree with you, doesn't matter. They can't take it from you. You did the work, and the diploma's on the wall, or the piece is on the wall, or the song is recorded, or whatever it is. They can't take it from you. You know what I'm saying? So stay in that alignment of the fact that like you did it and it cannot be undone. Like, yo, you did it. It cannot be undone. So you're more now, period. 1 + 1 = 2. That's the mathing. You are more now. So see yourself as the more now, and don't allow anyone to see you less because they don't see what you did, or because they don't have the same value proposition for what it is because they haven't done what you've done. You know what I'm saying? Or they didn't see your grind through it. So all of that to say, see yourself, see the visualization of who this new you is as a result of what you've accomplished, and acknowledge where you're going next because of that, the trajectory of that, because of what you've done. And then be honest about who and what cannot go where you're going. And then start implementing those changes today. Don't wait, because there is no way that you're going to be able to manifest that visual of the future if you are trying to carry over what is still here today that doesn't match the vision of the future. That means it is automatically going to be what it still is today. You have to look at that math and that. No matter what, we have these visions and we have these hopes and we have these dreams, but we're doing the same incessant loop day to day to day to day and expecting there to be the thing that we're seeing for tomorrow. It's not going to change if we keep doing the same thing, if we keep choosing the same type of relationships and dynamics, if we keep seeing ourselves the way that we're seeing ourselves, but yet trying to have this visual of something more, but accepting the same. You know what I'm saying? Like, I always say, we might not know what we want, but we know what we don't want. Start there and release what you don't want. Start there and decide, today, this doesn't work for me anymore. So let me actually tangibly make an effort, make a change, again, the closure and the catharsis and the completion, ending something, ending the things that you know at the end of the day, when you look at yourself and you visualize and you close your eyes and you see that future. Who and what is not there? And then ask yourself, then why are they here today? Why are they still here? Why is it still here? If I can be honest and know that it is not sustainable, if I can be honest and know that it does not serve this visual of me in the future, then I am actually hindering and creating detriment to that visual by maintaining it every single day that I maintain it. You're basically guaranteeing the same thing from happening. So please be mindful. Hello, Kelsey, I see you. Miriam, welcome. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. So it's all that. Wash away what you cannot take with you, who you cannot take with you, whatever that may mean. You're going to get the clarity. You're going to take this time, do a lot of your water manifesting to, again, tap into this energy of cleansing, clearing out, take very cleansing showers and baths and stuff, just to have that visual of stripping away the newness, you know what I mean? Or when I say stripping away, bring in the newness. Strip away, it's that release to increase. Take away, scrub away, exfoliate your body, work with the blue soaps and the, things that just help you release, that help you feel this energy of newness so that you can welcome in the new. You can't have an energy of rebirth without something dying. Release to increase. It's all of the cliches, but it's all real. You got to make space for what it is that you want. And the only way to make space for the new is by getting rid of the old. You know what I mean? Like, you've got all of these seats at the table. And if you want something new, if you want someone new to have a seat, how are they going to have a seat if every seat is filled up? Especially if a seat is filled up by somebody that you know shouldn't be taking up that seat. Or that's just sitting there eating the damn food and not actually contributing to the meal. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are the things that Pisces season is teaching us. I see you, Queen Hallie. Pisces in the house, right on time. So just tap in with the water, align with the water, clear it out, cleanse it out, tap into catharsis, all of that. Pisces new moon on the 27th. So tap in. Again, all of this is leading us to the end of the year, the end of the cycle, the end of a season, the end of winter, where we're going to bring in growth again and bring in the new and bring in Aries alignment. We have Venus in Aries right now, so we're tapping into being very, very, kind of full speed ahead in regards to love, in regards to relationships, in regards to our money and our finances and our home and our hearth and our heart, right? So it is the time, absolutely, to feel an energy of this is what I'm sure of in regards to my value, and I'm not settling for that. And I'd rather be alone than to feel lonely in any type of dynamic. Like, I'm not doing that, you know what I'm saying? And more than anything, I'm not gonna try to convince someone of how I feel and convince someone of who I am, especially when I know for a fact, and I'm sure you've all been there, you know that your actions have spoken louder than any words that you can say. You know that your actions have spoken louder than any words that you can say. So say less. My people, say less. Honestly, be who you are, show up the way that you show up. The people that acknowledge it are going to acknowledge it, whether you say it or not. It's about speaking about it, it's about being about it, but it is absolutely more so about the being about it. Because people talk all day. They talk all day. But ultimately, what they're going to remember is not what you said. They're going to remember what you did. And they're going to remember the void that your presence is now they're going to feel ultimately, because you are not there anymore. Because they're not acknowledging, because they're not embracing, because they're not experiencing what they experienced before. And it's more based on what you did than anything that you said. Every time. Esquire Breeze, what's up, King? I miss your energy. How you feeling? How you doing? Thank you for popping into my live. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Tapping into Pisces alignment. It is Pisces season. We are clearing. We are in an energy of catharsis. We are in an energy of decluttering. Tap into your creativity. All of this is definitely going to help lead into the what, the who, more than anything, that you are. True North, Pisces North Node alignment. True North energy. So once you know, you grow, you glow, right? What's up, Stephanie? Welcome, welcome. It's 2:20, oh my goodness. Okay, we're tapping into chamomile today. Chamomile, depending, potato. Bringing an energy of calm, bringing an energy of abundance. It's an energy of just feeling warm and feeling cradled and very held right now, the way that in many ways the ocean waves kind of cradle us and wash over us. And then tapping into Larimar as our crystal for this week, because we're tapping into the ocean and the water and the clearing out and the catharsis and all of that. So it's, again, very much cusp energy with our Aquarius water bearer energy going into Pisces season. So tap all the way in. There's a few other things that I'm going to share, but let's first pick our card because it's 2:21. I give thanks to you all. I give thanks to Baba Ozain, the Orisha of everything that is green and grows. Asheo. Hello, Flora. Welcome. Hello, Aradia. Right. Thank you. Welcome on the YouTube. And actually, it's 2:21, so I'll wait to do our balance and harmony. Take another sip, and then we'll pick a card. And then we'll keep going from there. But Pisces season, y'all. Wash it away. Whatever doesn't serve. Prepare for the new year, the true new year. Pisces energy, really, they carry the weight of the zodiacal wheel on their shoulders. So that is why this energy of being the anchor, of being the end, is so powerful for us to kind of use this time to clear out any detriment, wash all detriment away. That's one of the things that Spirit gave me. That was, I think, last week's Momentum Monday motivation quote. I wash all detriment away. It is gone to stay, never again to replay. Ashe. Wash it away. You got the power. 2:22. Balance and harmony surrounds me. Balance and harmony surrounds me. Balance and harmony surrounds me. Ashe. I have such awesome news to share, but I'm still in, the organization mode of it all. So just stay tuned because there's so much news. And it's also coming from all of the release. And this is why, and it's even before Pisces season. So I can't even imagine what this season is going to do. But ultimately, the more you clear out, the more you are making space for what is meant for you. Just make the space. Hello, Mr. Fanfare. Thank you for joining. Welcome. So, more to share. We've got another planetary alignment, but this time is the one that I've really been waiting on. So I didn't really talk about the last one because it was 6 planets and stuff. And I was like, no, Mercury's not there yet. We're going to wait. February 28th, we got 7 planets aligning. And the last time that happened was 2022. And the next time it's going to happen is 2040. This is the one, especially with the number 7, because we can align with the 7 chakras. I'll go into it. Let's just pick our card first. Let's pick our card first. So somebody give me a stop top or a stop bottom. Ooh, oh no, that's 2 cards. I was going to say unless we get a single card, but that was not a single card. So stop top, stop bottom. See what Spirit has in store for us. And then I will share the rest of the details that I wanted to share with y'all. Stop top, stop bottom. Anyone? Do you hear the ocean waves? Tap into that too. That's another really, really good way to tap into these energies is just listen. Stop top. Thank you, Flora. Got it. When you just on YouTube, listen to some ocean waves and meditate to it, especially if you're under the sun, feel like you're on the beach somewhere, you know what I'm saying? Let's tap into Yemoya, clearing, catharsis, what you're ready to birth new, that kind of thing. Just take it away, take it away, take it away now. What ain't for me, take it away, take them away, take them away. Listening to the ocean. It's a thing. Stop top. Oh my goodness. We was talking about power. Was we talking about power? Well, that's what we're talking about. The law of power. Remember the truth of who you are. Literally confirming what I was just saying too. That's about the who you are, because everything else comes automatically when you focus on who you are, when you take your power back, which ultimately you never lost in the first place. Nobody can take your power. You can relinquish it, but just by you not deciding that it's still yours, but it is always yours. You are who you always are. It's just sometimes about the returning and the remembering the self. But you are who you are and you have the power. We got the power. Like, there is no 2 ways about it. It's literally just us deciding. It's just like I said, the "cause I said so." You're using this water. You're speaking to the water in your body. You're speaking to the water when you're in the shower, when you're in the bath, when you're drinking your water, when you're drinking tea, when you're eating fruit, whatever it is. And speak life over your life and decide because you said so. Abracadabra, ashe, it is done. It's been. Like, period. Tap into your power. I remember the truth of who I am. Say it with me now. I remember the truth of who I am. I remember the truth of who I am. And this is why I tell you it is not worth trying to convince someone of your truth. It is a misuse and abuse of your energy to try to convince someone about how you feel. How you feel? Like, whatever it is, if you have to try to convince someone about how you feel, it's very hard for you to feel like you are heard and seen by that person. So why are you having the conversation in the first place? What else is there? You know what I'm saying? So you can if you want, but it is absolutely a misuse and abuse of your energy because you're going to be going in circles and cycles. And when I say trying to convince, that means that somebody's being resistant and being combative in regards to you expressing what it is that you're feeling, especially in regards to something that they did or said that's making you feel a certain type of way. And of course they say somebody can't make you feel and all of these things. Okay, it's not the realistic relationship energy. It is not dynamic in a 3D dimension at the end of the day. It's just like, again, you have the power to not let somebody affect you, but it's not always realistic. It's not always what happens, right? And this is why the feel it to heal it is real. So when you're in the feel it to heal it, even if you heal from it, even if you detach from it, whatever it may be, if you cannot tell that person, this is what I'm feeling because you did or you said, and it really hurt me because it's not something that I do to you or I've ever or would ever, or whatever the case is, and they want to be combative or defend it or give you reasons and excuses, and then you're in this loop and not getting heard and not getting, think about how your energy then feels. You actually feel worse than the thing that they did in the first place. Think about it. More often than not, when you're telling somebody this thing, like you just tell somebody, ow, they shrug you, right? And then your shoulder, ow, and you just say, ow, that hurts. But when you say, ow, that hurts to the person that shoved you, and they're like, what, you were in my way. What, I didn't mean it. What, I was just walking by. And then it's all of this stuff other than just my bad. And that hurts more than the ow in the first place. So when you continuously are now, well, no, you didn't have to, and then you're going in and out, trying to convince this person why but it just ow, but it just hurt. All I said was ow. You know what I mean? You end up doing worse to yourself. And then it's not about them anymore. You actually, again, that's where you relinquish the power, and you have to know when to just let it go, let them go, and end the loop. And the way that you end the loop is to not try to convince them anymore, is to either, whether it's walk away, end the relationship, end the conversation, whatever it is, let them retreat and figure things out on their own if they have to. And it doesn't mean that you don't allow them to come back and apologize or see something differently or whatever the case is. It may happen, it may not, which is also why not expecting closure because of somebody giving it to you is so much more beneficial for your life. Like, you have to be able to claim the closure for yourself. And this is, again, where the power lies, where your own power lies, where your own self-evaluation lies at the end of the day. So that's the truth of who you are. And when you are able to express your truth, whether somebody receives it or not, you know for yourself what is true to you. And as a result, you're also going to know the reflection in regards to how somebody truly values you based on how they choose to preserve the relationship, especially if you say ow. Like, especially if you say ow. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how you really know when someone's really got you. When you can say ow, and you can see how they react or respond to that owie, you know? So pay attention, because this is the time, this is the season. A lot is going to be taken from us, but it is all for us. A lot of dynamics and relationships are going to be taken from us, but it is all for us. I promise you that. And the more that you actually declutter and release and clear and, just remove some of the things that feel like they've been holding you, the more space is made, and the more you're going to be like, wow, this could have only happened because I lost that. There is no loss. There is no loss. Yes, feel it to heal it. Again, yes, certain things you are going to have to mourn because you have to say goodbye to them, but just focus on all the things, the new relationships and dynamics and experiences and emotions that you're going to be saying hello to, because that is what this season is preparing us for, leading into the real new year, the astrological new year, our spring vernal equinox on March 21st. That is when so much is going to open up. So allow things to die right now. It is the end of winter. Pisces season brings in the end of winter, brings in completion, brings in the end of cycles. And it's a 9 year, so it's going to be that much more intense. So prepare. Get comfortable with being uncomfortable, but know what it is leading you to. And focus on that. And the sooner you focus on it, and when you actually have that attitude of gratitude to help determine the altitude, when things are rough, when you're losing people, and when things are painful, and when you can say ow when somebody defends themselves from hurting you, just, it's okay. Like, the more that you can tap into it's okay, even when it's not okay, the faster you're going to heal from it. And the faster you're going to actually reap the benefits of all of the new, all of the increase as a result of that release. Okay? I know, easier said than done, but we got this, we got this, we got this. Emmanuel, welcome. Thank you for joining. And yes, easier said than done, but I'm speaking from not just experience, but processing, literally in real time. Like, I process in real time with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything, all of the things that I'm saying, it's because I'm literally going through this shit, like literally going through this. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just grateful that I can be going through it and be like, crying at 10 o'clock in the morning from processing and mourning and whatever, and then coming out of it going, that catharsis was exactly what I needed. Oh my God, thank you. I feel so much better now. Okay, got it. The more now. What's next now? Now it can only come. It can only come now. So it's all good. It's all good even when it's not good. It's all good even when it's not good. Okay? Trust me. Again, new moon on the 27th. This is what it's making way for, right? Leo full moon was about, again, this release. And this is also why you're feeling like things are being stripped from you and all of that. Again, Venus in Aries will have a tendency to put literally your shit on fire when it comes to your heart, when it comes to money, when it comes to the things that really matter to you in regards to home and heart and healing and all of that. It's like torch up. Shit is just gonna go, literally just get lit up right now. But it's transmutation, right? It's the things that need to be lit up, that need to be burned away in order for the new to come through. That's just what it is right now. It's never ideal by any means, but again, three-dimensional reality, like what is it that's gonna, that we expect to be ideal all the time? It's gonna be good, bad, and ugly, So, 228, on February 28th, we are going to have a 7 planetary parade. So, like I said earlier on, I believe January 25th was 6 planet parade alignment. The 28th, February 28th, we are going to have 7 planets. Mercury is now joining this alignment. So this is what I've been waiting for before I really spoke about it, because the number 7 and the 7 planets aligning in particular align with the 7 chakras. You could literally take this time on February 28th to stand under the sky and choose alignments for every chakra to align with every planet. And it could be your choice, but there are direct associations. So I'm going to share that with you all. There are celestial bodies and there are planets, right? The sun and the moon are celestial bodies. They're not considered planets. So on a general sense, the solar plexus aligns with the sun and our heart chakra aligns with the moon. But because we're tapping into the 7 planets in particular, I did switch things up a little bit for those particular chakras. So our root chakra aligns with Mars. That's universal. Our sacral chakra aligns with Venus, also universal. Solar plexus is usually the sun, but I am aligning it with Uranus in this case, okay? To switch it out so that we can tap again, choose a particular planet per chakra. Our heart chakra is usually the moon, but I'm gonna tap that into Neptune. Then we've got our throat chakra, which is Mercury, universal. Our third eye is Saturn, also universal, and then our crown chakra is Jupiter. So with these 7 planets coming into alignment, Mars, Venus, Uranus, Neptune, Mercury, Saturn, Jupiter, on February 28th, tap in to those 7 chakras, stand under the sky on February 28th. And as the planets are in their parade, as the planets align, tap in for yourself, for your physical and subtle bodies, those energy centers of your chakras, and claim and name and demand and command your alignment in every way. When you tap into that type of alignment, as above, so below, it is going to expand things for you in a very visceral way, especially again, as we're tapping in to this completion energy in Pisces season, to this catharsis energy of Pisces season, to this closure energy of Pisces season that is leading us into our new astrological new year, vernal equinox, spring equinox on March 21st. Very powerful. So, especially when it's the day after a new moon in Pisces. So it's going to be very potent tapping into this planetary parade on the day after our Pisces new moon. So definitely wanted to share that. Do and tap into it because it's going to be a game changer. It's going to be a game changer. What's up, Sirius Blake? How you doing, King? Hello. Confirmed, Flora. Absolutely. Remember the truth of who you are. It's the law of power. Look at that power energy right there. Look at that power. Look at that moon. See that? Name it, claim it, demand it, command it. So there's a lot of, again, I have ocean waves playing. I'm talking about this catharsis energy and the water energy and all of that. What I want you to remember through this whole feeling like things are being, or people are being taken from you right now, what I want you to stay in alignment with is ease. I want you to remember that even when the seas are rough, do not fight the tide, and remember that you can choose to float. When we are fighting and we're resisting and we think about riptides, what do they say when there's a riptide? Don't try to fight against the current, just lean back. That's what you want to do right now. When people do what they do and they say what they say, and again, that's what I'm saying, don't bother trying to convince somebody about how you feel and be in this energy of back and forth of like the owie. Okay, I'm gonna just lean back. When people leave, let them go and let them stay where they are. Trust me, whether they choose to come back or not, that's going to be up to you of what you want to do about that. But this is not an energy of chasing. It's never an energy of chasing, but particularly with this season, it's about choosing ease. It's about leaning back. It's about floating during the rough seas and the high tides and the rip tides and rip currents and all of these things. Do not fight the tide right now. When you align with the ease, when you align with the floating, you are letting your spiritual team know, I know you got me. This is not ideal, but I know that I can make it worse right now by trying to convince someone of who I am and my value and my worth and who all of these things. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Again, when you try to convince someone of how you feel, of who you are, especially when you know you've shown them even more than you can say it, it is a misuse and abuse of your energy. And that is your choice to do. So decide. What's up, King Jason Murden? Welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining the live. Tapping into Pisces season. The energy is again of when people choose to go, and I say let them. It's really an energy of holding them to it as well. Because we have a tendency that like if people end up discarding us or whatever the case is and they decide to stay away, we're in our feelings about it and whatever, so that when they choose to come back, because we were so in our feelings about it, we let them come back. And then we end up easily becoming a yo-yo for people. And it's on them. And then at the end of the day, what we're teaching, because again, we teach people how to treat us, is that when they want to dip, they can dip. And when they want to come back, they can come back. You know what I'm saying? So there's also a very silent and very not subtle way that we are teaching this person what we think our value is as well. So beyond the fact of just letting them go, it's also holding them to it. You don't get to just come back. You don't get to just say sorry and then potentially do it again. Like you don't get to. But if you do decide, and it's not about not accepting an apology, it's about your time and your energy, what it is that you choose to invest further when someone chooses to go, right? And then come back, right? So at the end of the day, if you choose to allow an energy back, or accept an apology and then now share space with this person again, choose to invest in some ways again, you have to be extra mindful, extra heartful, extra soulful in regards to what they are bringing to you this time. Because it's very easy for someone to come back after they feel the void of what you brought to them. Hear me now. It's very easy for someone to come back after they feel the void of what you brought to them, of what you gave to them, that they no longer feel and have and get to experience anymore. So of course they can come back. Of course they can miss you. Of course they can want it again. Want it again. Coming back to take more, to get more. So you have to then now decide in that moment, am I going to continue to give? Am I going to pick up where we left off? Or am I going to evaluate? Am I going to kind of survey the land a little bit more? Am I going to be the one now that's going to choose to be in the receiving mode? Am I going to be more aware in regards to what it is that I give versus what it is that I'm receiving, and this energy of reciprocity? That's what's fair to you. If you are going to choose to let someone come back, at least be more mindful in regards to the giving and the receiving of that dynamic, because it should be more. You should get more this time around. Okay, so pay attention. Pay attention to that. What else? My goodness. The energy is thick with this, because again, it's very much a transition. Again, we're cusp energy, literally today, Aquarius moving into Pisces. So there's this energy again, the stillness is really, really important. You know, and again, Pisces, North Node. North Node is about finding your true north. It's about the expansion of coming into what you are actually, your avatar, your personality is supposed to explore and expand into in this life. So when we're now tapping into that being about Pisces, we have to bring in creativity more. We have to bring in our intuition. We have to bring in listening to our gut. Like on Monday, as I do the quotes every Monday, Spirit gives me a specific message, and sometimes they're mantras and things that I've written that I say all the time. And I say, and I've shared, that I'm grateful that I always know what to do. And I know when you hear that, it's kind of like, how could somebody always know what to do, right? And the truth of the matter is, when you are in tune with your gut, when you are in tune with your intuition, when you are in tune with your ancestors, in my case, I'm like an actual clairaudience, so they tell me very clearly, I know. I can't front and act like I don't know. The difference is hearing versus listening. The difference is knowing versus being obedient. That's the difference. It's not that we don't know. And more often than not, it's not the information, it's the confirmation. Just like I say when I do my readings, it's never information, it's confirmation, because your soul knows. We always know. When we're betrayed, when some shit goes down or whatever, there's no way that we can't look back and see there was that red flag. I actually saw it when it was pink. You know what I'm saying? Like, we always know. So tap in to claiming that you always know what to do. You just don't always listen. You always know. You're just not always obedient. And that's okay. Because the more that you acknowledge that fact, it empowers you, for one, because just being able to say, look, yo, they always tell me. I always know. I can't front. I always know. That's the first step. And it is an empowering step. And it is such a covering. And it should lead into so much gratitude of that fact that I always know what to do. But now the next step of that is actually doing it. Knowing what to do and taking the action accordingly are two different things. And we might question the knowing of something because we did different. When we actually do what we know is the best thing to serve us, and that we're not prioritizing someone else and somebody else's peace at the detriment of our own, it comes in a lot more clear. Jason Murden says, wow, this is the state I'm just coming into. And it's a constant thing. Because again, literally that it's every day we know, and every day we still do something we know we shouldn't do. You know what I'm saying? Like, we still be doing stuff we know we shouldn't do. But it's part of the learning. It's part, again, we're here for school, yo. This is school, you know what I'm saying? So we're not gonna pass every test, and we gotta go back to study, and we gotta this, and we gotta that, and we gotta research a little harder, and then lessons repeat when we don't get them right, quote unquote right. But the energy of right is just in that sense of knowing what to do, when your intuition tells you, when your gut tells you, when you get the warning signs. And sometimes I say warnings, but sometimes it's just a heads up. Spirit loves us. Our ancestors love us so much. They see the pitfall and they're like, yo, girl, you see the hole in the ground, right? And you're like, yeah, I see it, but maybe it's not too deep. You know what I'm saying? Like, we'll always find a reason if we want to do what we want to do. And that's what it comes down to. That's what it comes down to. Whether we know in the moment or not, how we feel we know, we are going to do what we want to do. We're going to say what we want to say. And oftentimes it's ego, and oftentimes it's defensiveness, and oftentimes it's naivete, and it's all of the different things, or a little bit of all of the things. But ultimately, we did what we wanted to do. We chose what we wanted in that moment. We saw what we wanted to see. That's all. It served us in the moment. That's all. And that's okay. But don't say you didn't know. That's where, again, there's so much empowerment and accountability. And with empowerment comes accountability and being responsible, the ability to respond to the truth of something when it is presented to us so clear. And that in hindsight, in that 2020, we can look back and be like, yeah, I knew. Yeah, I knew. But I did it anyway. Yeah, I saw what could have happened. I saw it. I knew. But yeah. And why? You can ask yourself, well, why did I do it? This is what I do in mirror work all the time. If I'm processing something that I feel like I need to forgive myself for, to clear out, or to be, again, accountable and responsible and not just point fingers of what they did to me, well, what did you let them do? That's what I ask. Well, why did you let them do that? You know, the betrayal starts with us at the end of the day. Especially when we take things back, take people back after they've already done and said and shown, then that's a choice, because we have certain dynamics, right? And sometimes people will say, when you're kind of trying to end something because of something somebody did, and you're in your self-love mode, and you're like, I'm not accepting this because you did that. And then the person might say, well, that's the first time that it's ever happened. Like, give me a chance, right? But when you think about that, what that translation is, and I need y'all to hear me because it hit me like a ton of bricks the other day when I literally felt bad. When I felt bad. When I was like, man, am I punishing somebody because they made a mistake? When someone says, I'm sorry, and they're genuine about it, and it just happened, and it's just this one time. Like, don't just because of just this one time. What that translates into is, at least let me hurt you twice before you just walk away. Think about that. Think about that. How many times have we been on the receiving end of that, or asked somebody, like, just give me a chance. Like, it's just one time. It's the first time that okay, so then wait till you do it again? Like, I should give you the opportunity to do it again, is what you're asking me for. And don't get played. Like, we got to stop playing ourselves for reals, because it's not intentional. But unfortunately, this energetic signal that it sends out is, yeah, play in my face. Yeah, do it again. Like, I'm giving you the opportunity. Yes, I'm giving you the opportunity. You're right. Oh, you're right. Oh, that's true. It's only the first time that you punched me in the face. So I have another cheek, and hopefully you don't hit that one. Like, no, guys, no. No. So all of this is what this whole catharsis energy is all about. And again, why things are going to feel like they're being taken from us, and we have to just stay in the alignment that it is for us. Rejection is protection. When something ain't right, if it's not for you, your ori, your higher self, will remove it. Let them. Let the person go. Let your ancestors do their work. Don't stand in their way. Lighten your load. All of that. That's what this season is all about. Prepare yourself for the stripping away, so that you can come in lighter to do this light work. Lighten your load to do this light work. When the light is brighter, spring is coming, yo. Spring is coming. Prepare yourself for spring. Prepare yourself for these new roots to start growing, for the sprouts to start coming through the surface, for the buds to start popping up on the trees, for the sun to be a little bit warmer. This is what we are preparing our vessels and our heart and our soul and our chakra systems for, which is why, again, stand under that sky on February 28th and align your 7 chakras with the 7th planetary parade. Because people that don't believe, I say more for me, more for we. It's okay, because as above, so below, it's going to happen anyway. But when you are activated, when you are in line, in alignment and in line with these energies, yo, you get extra sprinkles. That's the math. So I'm here to spread the sprinkles, to share the sprinkles, okay? Because I cannot go wrong with the high vibes. You cannot go wrong with the high vibes, especially when shit is like dense. And that's what this dimension is. We see what's happening as above, so below. We're seeing what's happening on the politics level. We're seeing what's happening in this simulation, this matrix, this freaking video game. We see what's happening. And at the end of the day, you have a choice how you want to play it. You have a choice if you want to play it. Period. How you want to separate yourself from it. All of that. Totally, totally, totally up to you. So I can go on and on and on, as y'all know. I think I shared everything that I wanted to share. Tap into some crystals that tap in for water energy, aquamarine, Larimar that we're working with today. All of that too is going to help with the catharsis. Take more showers this next, up until now in spring. Speak into the rain, speak into your water while you're washing dishes, while you're doing laundry, anything that you're tapped into water during this Pisces season. Use it to speak life over your life and name and claim, demand and command what you want tomorrow to look like, and start implementing it today. Don't let things just be taken from you too, right? Decide what you're removing yourself from, who you're removing yourself from, especially when, again, we always know, we hope, I hope it's right, but we know. We always know. So I love y'all so much. We're gonna, what time is it? Somebody tell me what time it is. Who's still here? Give me the time so we can see what our angel message is. I see you, sister. Ashe. Cleanse it out, clear it out, What time is it? 2:52. Thank you, sister. 2:52. Skill master. 252, skill master. Your lessons matter. When we just talking about this? That we here for lessons and okay. The skill you are currently perfecting is the vehicle by which your life is transported. The lessons you learn today create the realities of tomorrow. Visualize what your life will look like when you have mastered this skill and are using it successfully in everyday life. Major confirmation of all of the things, because it's about what does it look like tomorrow. Start doing it today. If you see yourself as a master painter, like Sister Tony Taylor, if you see yourself as a master vocalist, guitarist, as King Jason Murden in the space right now, if all of the things, whoever you are, whatever you do, and you see yourself as the master that you are, you already are. You already are. But when you have the alignment of to imagine what it's going to be like 10 years from now, though, if this is what I'm doing now, imagine 20 years from now. They say 10,000 hours and you're a master. We masters at this already. But obviously, the more time and effort that we put in, the better we're going to be, the more mastery. Number 7, the number of mastery, which is why, again, tapping into the 7 chakras and this planetary parade with the number 7 is so powerful. So when we see the future and that level of mastery, name it, claim it, demand it, command it today. Put the effort in every single day. See yourself as the master that you are today already. And then that's how it's going to become easier to remove the things and the thoughts and the people and the places and all of the stuff that, first of all, don't see you as the master that you are and treat you accordingly. And that could be holding you back and hindering that level of mastery. That's the work. That's the math. You are a master. You know what you got to do. You always know what to do. Do it. Pressure, no pressure. Okay. I love y'all. I love you. I love you. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Until the next time, lest we forget, time to get back to natural. Peace.